January 1, 2060. Target node acquisition. God bless. The wizard stood in the quiet lab just before midnight. Outside, the winter air pressed softly against the windows. The sailboat rested quietly at anchor. The backup batteries hummed like distant bees, steady and reassuring. Tonight was different. Tonight was not about theory. Tonight, the wizard would look forward. Not to predict. Not to control. But to observe. The council gathered quietly. Yvette monitored the systems. Lyra adjusted the resonance alignment. Elena calibrated the interface. Anne brought tea, because time travel, like everything else, required hydration. The Wizard Zone Stargate. The device did not look like a portal from the movies. No swirling vortex. No thunder. Just a circular display. Layers of holographic projections suspended in midair like stacked glass rings. The wizard called it the Wizard Zone, a combination of simulation modeling, historical extrapolation, engineering projection, AI synthesis, probability mapping, human intuition. Not magic. Not fantasy. But something in between. The system locked onto a coordinate. Mars surface, January 1, 2060. Colony node. Primary settlement. A tone sounded softly. Yvette nodded. Signal coherence achieved. Lyra smiled faintly. The timeline is stable enough for observation. Anne sipped tea. Good. Nobody wants to get lost before breakfast. The first image appears. Mars emerged slowly. Rust-red plains stretched to the horizon. Thin blue shadows cut across the terrain. But something new interrupted the ancient landscape. Lights. Not many. But steady. Organized. Human. The colony. First view. The hologram zoomed closer. The wizard saw structures clustered within a shallow crater basin. Not giant domes as the old science fiction movies imagined. Instead, layered habitats partially buried in regolith. Low profiles. Rounded edges. Radiation shielding built from Martian soil. Lyra commented, "Practical engineering wins again." Entry point Alpha. The system translated the observers into internal perspective. The wizard and council stepped, virtually, through the first access corridor. Airlock indicators glowed soft green. Pressure stable. Temperature steady. Humidity controlled. The corridor walls were composite panels, aluminum lattice, basalt fiber, polymer shielding. Nothing extravagant. Just solid engineering. The people of Mars workers moved through the corridor. Normal people. Not heroes. Not superhumans. Technicians. Engineers. Farmers. Maintenance crews. One young woman walked past carrying a diagnostic tablet. The wizard read the display. Hydroponic Sector B. Nutrient Balance Adjustment. Elena whispered. They look calm. Lyra nodded. Routine is the sign of success. Mars gravity. The wizard noticed the difference immediately. Movement had a subtle float. Not awkward. Just lighter. People moved with practiced ease. Years of adaptation. A child bounced lightly down the corridor laughing. Anne smiled. Well, at least someone is enjoying low gravity energy systems. First inspection. The council shifted location. Exterior view. Solar fields stretched across the plain. Large panels angled low to capture weak sunlight. Between them stood vertical towers. The wizard recognized the design. Hybrid systems. Solar arrays, small modular nuclear reactors, battery vaults, underground energy redundancy again. Saturn-in-Aries engineering. Build what works. Water systems another jump forward. Underground ice extraction facility. Robotic drills slowly rotated. Thermal extraction units melted subsurface ice deposits. Water flowed into storage tanks. Filtration systems glowed quietly. Elena said softly, "Water is civilization." The wizard nodded. Food production hydroponic chambers. Rows of green plants stretched under LED arrays. Tomatoes. Leafy greens. Potatoes. Algae tanks bubbled quietly. A technician adjusted nutrient flow valves. Anne approved. Good. Nobody builds a colony on freeze-dried rations forever. Transportation. Small electric rovers moved across the surface. Cargo modules linked behind them like train cars. Autonomous navigation beacons marked safe routes. Dust storms still ruled Mars. So, transportation stayed close to known paths. No heroics. Just logistics. The First Surprise Lyra paused suddenly. There is something else here. The hologram shifted. Beyond the main settlement, a second cluster appeared. Smaller. Experimental. Research modules. The wizard leaned closer. This would require further study. Closing the first session, the wizard powered down the interface slowly. Mars faded into darkness. Silence returned. Anne gathered the empty teacups. Yvette logged the observations. Lyra stood quietly near the console. Elena smiled gently. They're building something real. The wizard nodded. Not fantasy. Not prophecy. Just human persistence. Mars 2060. Alive. Working. Growing. The wizard's log entry: Stargate Observation Session 1. Date observed. January 1, 2060. Status. Colony stable. Population estimate. Several thousand. Primary systems. Checkmark. Energy checkmark. Water checkmark. Food checkmark. Habitat checkmark. Transportation. Conclusion. Humanity survives by building. Interplanetary Trading Company.